Hello there. I finished editing my Black Country Brick Show videos, and I came to a bit of a thought. Who won? Now, I mean, obviously the winner of the event was Love. But I mean, out of all the robots, which one won the most fights? Now, you might say a robot like Coldwallader, who had one fight and won one fight, had a 100% record. But that doesn't really feel right. I want to know which robot just won the most amount of fights, the greatest number of fights. So I sat down and kind of worked it all out, looking at all the videos, and I realised I had 7 robots that had won once in 5th, and then 2 robots in 4th, 3rd and 2nd who had won 2 fights, 3 fights and 4 fights, leaving me with just 1 robot that won 5 fights. So here is my video showing you which robot won the Black Country Brick Show with 5 wins. Okay, starting off in 5th place, we've got the robots that have won 1 fight each. So, first up we've got Sneaky and Cheeky, who worked extremely hard throughout the entire Brick Festival, but really good fun to fight with, really good fun to fight. Beaky, with that incredible last second win against Skullduggery. Listen to the crowd. Oh, I absolutely love it. Vortex, who was voted the winner of its Rumble that it had. A wonderful robot, first time team, first time robot, wonderful attitude, just great. Bluetooth, that had a wonderful fight against Skullduggery as well. Loves ripping Skullduggery apart, it seems to be a pastime. Rawhide, that came along on the last 2 sessions of the last day. Just a really lovely robot. Also, build your own one, look up Disty's instruction. Smoo Beaky is always a close fight, but in the end the crowd decided that Smoo just had the edge over the King of Birds. In the Battle of the Grapplers, Coldwallader won against Claptrap, and that makes up our 7 5th place robots. All of them quite hard working, all of them kind of appeared in multiple rumbles over the weekend. But many of them were victims of the robots that went on to get a higher place in our rankings. So let's have a look at the robots that won twice in 4th place. The first of our 4th place robots is Heatwave. Heatwave I originally designed to rip people's wheels off, and it worked perfectly. I had so much fun driving Heatwave on that weekend. Both fights Heatwave won were against Second Revolution, and oh my goodness, I just don't think people understand how terrifying Second Revolution is as a robot until you fight it. It's the sound of it, it's how well it's driven, and just how blimmin' hard it hits. But both of them were just absolutely fantastic fights. So 2 very hard won fights from Heatwave. Our second 4th place winner is Freaky, meaning that all 4 fights of the 4th place robots were against Second Revolution, because Freaky beat Second Revolution twice. Those fights were so important for me because Second Revolution absolutely ripped Freaky apart at the Bristol Brick Show. It was like watching a knife going through butter. I couldn't believe it. I thought Freaky was made of tough stuff. He was the pride of Team Beaky, and Second Revolution made it look easy in Bristol. So the first fight I won was really strong. Really put him in the pit after disabling him quite nicely. Second fight, to make it, to break the tie, it was 1-1, to make it 2-1. The second one, I limped on and then managed to wedge that drum right in the spinning disc and just completely immobilise it. They were both incredible fights. Yet again, another 2 hard-won fights against Second Revolution. Okay, moving on to 3rd place, the robots had won 3 times. The first one of these is Sawbeak. I absolutely love Sawbeak. It's working like a dream. I still feel like it's a bit floppy and a bit shaky. I think it needs kind of like a bit more of a solid core, but overall it's designed just like Sawblaze to go around, scoop under the robots, take them up to the wall and then drop the hammer on them. And there was a couple of times against Second Revolution where he drove him straight into the wood wall against his disc, dropped the hammer down on its motor casing. It just was working perfectly and I was just so happy with it. Just when you thought it was safe to enter the arena, here is Second Revolution in joint 3rd place. Well deserved. I think Second Revolution might be my favourite LEGO robot that I haven't built, because every fight it's in is fun. It's fun when it wins, it's fun when it loses, it's fun when it's kind of just there in the middle of this giant rumble. The amount of times that I've been in rumble fights alongside Second Revolution and you kind of hit this guy, hit that guy, be hit by this guy, and then suddenly you realise it's there spinning away and like, oh my goodness, it hits so hard, it's so much fun, it always makes a great fight and a great video, and the audience just love it. Listen to my favourite moment here, where Second Revolution gets its second hit on Smoo. There's a child in the audience who just screams, and I think that just sums up how I feel about Second Revolution every time I fight it.
Smoo's a push bot. It's relying on getting someone in the... Oh, it's such a big hitter. Oh!
The observant among you would notice now that we've got the 5th, 4th and 3rd places, but we've also got most of our biggest hitters. Bluetooth, Second Revolution, Heatwave, Freaky, they are some of our serious hitters that have already gone. So, second and first place is going to robots that are kind of a bit more consistent. You know, the survivors. In second place, the robots with 4 wins. First up is Calabos. Calabos did really, really well over Black Country Brick Show. It was in a lot of fights against Second Revolution and got heavily mangled in most of them, but did manage to claw up some victories in the others. Lots of robots it was against didn't have self-writers. And it just did extremely well. It's still a bit floppy and a bit wheelie, so I've done a big redesign of Calabos recently, so you can check that video out. But overall, really impressed with Calabos. Other second place robot is the other pneumatic flipper I brought with me, Ares. Ares is a bit slower than Calabos. It kind of controls the centre of the arena a bit more. Slow, steady, good pusher. Had some really, really good fights with Ares. I think it's been working so well recently. Really, really happy with both of them. So, 2 pneumatic flippers, both in second place. And that leaves us finally to only 1 place left. First place, with 5 wins. Which robot won 5 times at the Black Country Brick Show? And it is Skullduggery. I think, looking back over those videos, Skullduggery was at one point in every other fight. She just kept being thrown in there, smashing apart other people, getting smashed apart, rebuilt so many times. Skullduggery is such a great robot because it's incredibly well driven. Great strategies employed, knowing when to be aggressive, knowing when to be defensive, knowing when to take the long way round and just buy your time, look for an opening, when to smash straight right in there. That pickaxe weapon can be used in so many different ways. It's been used as a grappler, used as a way to hold onto the side to stop being pulled and dragged around. Surgically takes apart other people's robots by aiming for electronics or vulnerable little moments. Absolutely fantastic, and just a very good sport in general, so a really, really worthy and deserved winner. So, massive congratulations to Skullduggery and your driver. Because of your fantastic achievements of winning the Black Country Brick Show, you have won a £10 voucher at the Team Beaky shop.